I was not willing to step outside Kolkata due to some reasons.
About what international brands or buyers really want.
First thing is the communication. Quality is something they are really looking for. Side by side, pricing is also important.
Do you feel that Indian factories consistently respect and implement the input from designers?
I think it's still evolving because this is something, the heart of the company. Because if they do not do any kind of development, the company won't progress.
As a woman in a male-dominated industry, what has been the hardest unspoken barrier to overcome for you?
I might be better than my male colleague, but still
you have to fight harder
Yes.
for this to get done what you think should be done.
If you have done any mistake, you should learn from your mistake. It's not just to pass on.
What's a common mistake you see business developers makes when working with overseas clients?
Pushing them hard because this is something because they are really desperate to get orders.
Where do you see the next wave of opportunity?
There are still opportunities.
How do you see the role of women in the sector evolving over the next 10 years?
In southern part of India, mostly there are women.
You think it will change over the period of time?
I really don't think so.
What advice would you give to a young woman fresh out of college?
You don't have to feel that leather is not something that you can pursue. So leather is something that is really interesting material.
Welcome to the Dutchin Dialogues with Hugo. I'm your host, Hugo van der Wouw, and today's guest is Sudipta Dutta, designer, business developer, and Sudipta, welcome to this.
Thank you so much, Hugo.
Sudipta, you wore many hats as a key account manager, designer, and business developer.
Right.
How did all these three shape you into this business?
Well, it's definitely was not a easy journey, but I have learned many things. Initially, I started my career as a designer. Then I developed into a senior designer, then merchandiser, business developer. So it was definitely not easy, but yes, each role taught me many things, and I have learned many things in this industry because my background was only in garments. But when I stepped into goods, like many people thought that she won't be able to do much in leather goods. But it was really interesting because right from the pattern making or sample development and then speaking to the clients and understanding what they're looking for was something that was really challenging. But then gradually I had confidence to speak to different customers with having like different accents. So it was really something I really cherish now.
Okay. So what drew, which part or what drew you into the leather industry? Which part of it? What makes it so interesting for you to take this part in your career?
So leather is something that is really interesting material, like each animal has different grain pattern and leather can be used in different products, not only in garments like goods, desktop items, belts. So that was something that really excited me because it's just not limited to garments or leather or
The
goods.
diversity of
Yes.
the
Yes.
skins which we can use for different kind of products.
Right.
That interested you the most?
Yes.
Okay. And which part of the industry, so like, is it garments or is it leather goods? Which part interested you the most?
Well, though I studied in garments and I wanted to pursue my career in garments, but I was not willing to step outside Kolkata due to some reasons.
Yeah.
And so I had to move to leather goods only. And then I actually started learning many things about leather products, like the leather goods, the small leather goods, handbags, men's bags. And then I really realized that this is also something really interesting and can be done many more things. So then I really wanted to pursue in leather goods only, not garments.
Because leather goods is mostly focused within Kolkata,
Right.
right? And garments, that is more in Delhi.
More in Delhi.
Yeah, so because you are coming from Kolkata, you automatically went into the leather goods industry instead of the garments.
Right.
Okay. Can you recall any moment in your early career which really shaped you?
Yes, there are many, but one of them is like when I got my placement in the first company in Kolkata, the owner of the company told me that you are the designer and you can design anything. And that was something really, really boosted me, because before that many companies rejected to have me because they thought that I am from garments background and I won't be able to do much in leather goods. So that was something I really I'm really thankful to him, because if he were not there and he would not give me that confidence that you can
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that, so I wouldn't have here today.
Yeah, the confidence given by your boss at that time,
Yes.
that really shaped you and that
Yes.
brought you where you are right now.
Right.
Interesting to know.
Yeah.
Coming to managing international buyer accounts, uh, yeah, that gives you really the right connection with the buyer and then also working in a factory. So if you think about that, uh, is there something that surprised you, that how that foreign buyers operate, or foreign people from a foreign country?
Yes, definitely. Because here I feel most of the companies, like the export houses, they are very, sorry to say, but they're very unorganized. But when dealing with these customers, they are like so organized and so precise. Even if they send mail, the subject of the mail also relates to the content of the mail. It's
Yes.
not the same mail subject where they are actually conveying all the conversation, whether it's a sample or production or anything related to any other query. So that was something like, okay, each topic will have different mail subject and the conversation will continue in that particular subject mail only.
Yeah, yeah. So not a trail mail where we
Yes.
talk about each and everything.
Yes, and everything should be recorded. It's not that once the sample is been sent that, okay, we do not have the counter sample, we do not have records. So everything is kept properly records, so that if there is any further inquiry, the factory can refer to that. These are the systems that actually the buyers taught the factories.
Yeah, yeah.
And they should follow this for all the customers.
It's a sort of professionalism what
Yes,
comes from a foreign company.
right.
Yes. And you say that is not really done in the factories within this industry in India.
Yes, it's still missing, but yes, a lot of improvement has been done,
Sure.
and lot more to be has to be done.
I can reckon that as well. In your point of view, what do most Indian factories still fail to grasp about what international brands or buyers really want?
First thing is the communication, because whenever there is any inquiry, they said yes, yes, we can do it, but they are not themselves sure how much they can do it and how they can actually execute it when it's been asked. So either they do like something like it's the substitute of whether it's a material or anything which is available already there in their factory. They just try to use that and just send the sample. They're in a hurry to just get the order. They really don't understand whether the buyer is really looking for that thing or not. So they have to understand first what they're looking for and just delivering that particular product, not any substitute thing. Yes, I understand there might be some time boundaries and they have to finish that and there's a lot of competition, but still I think they should really.
Yeah, sometimes overcommitting, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's never a good part. You
Yeah, of
cannot
course, and that's
overcommit.
the reason
Yeah.
most of the clients they lose confidence and they are scared whether the factories will be really able to execute what they're asked for.
Yeah.
And that's the reason they are really looking for some kind of representative so that they can take care of all these problems.
True. I can agree on that. Based on your experience, what qualities do European or global buyers value the most? Is that like a long-term partnership, or price, or quality? Which one of these do you think?
I think it's both, because quality is something they are really looking for, because if there is no quality then they won't be able to any do the sales. So the quality is really important, and side by side pricing is also important, because they also need to compete with other brands. If the factories cannot give a very competitive price, then it really becomes difficult for them also to get maximum orders.
Yeah, yeah. So it goes hand in hand.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
How has your design background given you an edge when approaching development or buyer conversations?
Most of the clients, they give their own designs because they know exactly what they
What they
can
want.
sell. But sometimes they also ask for design inputs from the factories, and that is something really interesting because I am also from a design institute background where I would also like to show my design skills. And if there is no opportunity, then I also feel I have done designing because there is nothing much to do about what I've learned. So there is something, is really a scope for all the young designers also to work with these foreign clients where they actually understand what they can sell, what is their design requirements, and side by side they can also put their design inputs, like
Yes.
any kind of surface technique or any kind of design element, not overdoing anything, but that can also be well accepted by the clients.
As a designer, I think it is very important to understand for which client you are working.
Yes,
So you
absolutely.
should understand the identity first,
Yes.
and then according to that, in the right approach, you should also create your own designs.
Yes.
So that instead of always waiting for any brand to send their spec sheet with this is what we are looking for, you also can take the initiative.
Yes,
Sometimes
absolutely.
I feel that is missing in the industry, that a lot of factory owners are waiting for their customers to send their spec sheet.
Yes,
And
I agree.
I think that factory owners can really improve there a lot by also approaching this is what we think might feel fit within your collections.
Yes,
Correct?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I think also for young designers, this is important to understand
Right.
that there are two streams of information coming, but sometimes when you know how the client is working or what kind of collection is working with them, that you also should do your own homework and also give the designs accordingly.
Right. And also it's important what market they are looking for, because every design will not, might not be accepted for every clients, because for European designs or for the US
Different
design, yes,
taste,
different taste.
different
So they
taste of
should
leather.
also understand that, and keeping
Yeah.
that thing in mind, they should do their collection.
Do you feel that Indian factories consistently respect and implement the input from designers? Or is that still evolving?
I think it's still evolving, because most of the factories, they are not yet ready, I guess, and they don't want to invest in much research and development, because
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is something, the heart of the company, because if they do not do any kind of development, the company won't progress.
That's, I think, applies for each and every business, but
Yes.
especially in a fashion industry where your work or your orders comes from the new designs that you are making for your clients.
Yes.
As a woman in a male-dominated industry, what has been the hardest unspoken barrier to overcome for you?
This is really something that I would like to speak about, because yes, it is not very good experience, I must say, because when I see my colleague who is a male colleague, even if he use any kind of abusive language, that is well accepted to the workers. But if at least I shout, there's, oh, how she can shout. This is not accepted. But this is still there. This is really sad. This is still there. And I think this is just due to male chauvinism. It will be there also, because still when I speak to the young merchandisers or the designers in any organization, in company, they also face the same issue.
So actually, you had to fight harder to prove your
Yes,
competence,
yes.
right? And that is not because of lack of skills,
No,
or
definitely not. I might be better than my male colleague, but still,
you have to fight harder for
yes,
this to
right.
get done what you think should be done.
Yes,
Something to work upon.
yes, very much.
So, in moments where authority was questioned, what helped you stay composed and assertive?
Most of the factories, these are like the manufacturing companies, so there will be mistakes. So acceptance is very important, because most of the people, they just try to pass on, like, oh, he has done that or she has done, it's not my fault, just try to
Blame gaming.
escape. So that is not really acceptable, because if you have done any mistake, you should learn from your mistake. It's not just to pass on.
Anyone makes mistakes.
Yes, and if you learn, then you will not repeat that, right? So this should be there in every employee of the company, because they're scared, okay, if I have done mistakes, so I might be fired.
But that should not have to be the case.
Yes,
You know, that
absolutely.
anyone makes mistakes as
Yes.
long as you learn from it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, correct. I have a very interesting question actually.
Okay.
What's a common mistake you see business developers makes when working with overseas clients?
Pushing them hard, because this is something, because they are really desperate to get orders, and they really chase them like, okay, we can do this, we are this, so we are looking for any new inquiries. This is something that should be slowed down. Like, if there is a beginning of the week, so just wait, they might respond. Just you don't have to rush.
Give them time to
Yes,
reply.
yes. So sometimes, like after sending the mail within a day, again reminder mail, or calling them, or just pushing them, that really doesn't help. Because if I'm there in their situation, I might also not like it.
Oh, it can be sometimes feeling as too much pressure.
Yeah, too much.
I
Yeah,
also had that. That sometimes you just want to have time
Yes.
to see the sample,
Right.
come back with your comments. That order might still come. You know,
Right.
don't have to rush it too much.
right.
So giving time is sometimes even better than just call every second day.
Right.
You know, that doesn't work. What excites you the most about the future of Indian manufacturing? Where do you see the next wave of opportunity?
There are still opportunities, and I think not only into leather, because there are opportunities in PU and other materials, which
PU is like polyurethane.
Yes.
People might not
So
understand.
earlier, these factories were only concentrating into leather-oriented products, and they didn't had any setup also for PU kind of materials.
Because the
Because-
manufacturing is a bit different in
Yes,
that. Yes.
because earlier this kind of materials were only been made mostly rather in China, and due to political things, lot of businesses are transferred from China to India.
Yeah, shifting.
Yes, and that is, I think, really a good opportunity for these factories, because they don't have to limit themselves only in leather.
Into leather. So you think that in the near future that more other kind of materials will be used for the bags and the
Yes.
wallets?
Yes.
Okay.
And not only that, I think in leather also, only there was rather say the chrome leathers, but now there are also chrome-free leathers.
Chrome-free, zeology.
Yes.
Yes.
Which are like mostly environment-friendly leather. So people are getting conscious what they're using. They just don't buy products randomly. So they know what they're buying, and accordingly, the material, the shifting of the material is happening. And I think it's good.
Definitely good. I also heard that now some organization will come up with traceability of who is the manufacturer of the product,
Yes.
as well where the purchase is from the leather, etc.
Yeah.
And in the near future, this is all going to be implemented into
Yes.
the industry.
And I've also heard in some of the exotic leather skins, they will have the barcodes attached to the skin,
Okay.
where they can actually scan it, and they can actually identify from where the origin of the skin came, which part of the world.
Worlds, yeah,
Yes. And whether it's been ethically produced or not.
It's a good thing. I think also globally is something what really matters, because
Yes.
everything has to be eco-friendly in the
Right.
future and so
Right.
on. So that's a good thing, and I think also India can involve a lot.
Right.
How do you see the role of women in the sector evolving over the next 10 years?
I think if we consider India at present, in southern part of India, mostly there are women. But in
Reason for that? What's
I
the
really
reason?
don't know the reason behind it, but I can see most of the stitchers and the cardigars, the workers, they're mostly the women. But whereas in Delhi, I can see mostly male.
Okay.
And also in Calcutta, I can see the mostly men. There are women only might be doing finer works like putting glue or kind of edge coloring,
Or
the
packing,
packaging,
yeah.
this kind of operations where ladies are mainly involved. But in stitching or main kind of construction work, hardly I can see. But again, in garment industry, if you see, there are women.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting actually.
Yeah.
I also recall from the period I was in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
manufacturing,
Mm-hmm.
that I actually in my factory we only work with women, from
That's good.
cutting
Yeah.
till packing, everything in between. But there were factories where also men involved, but
Mm-hmm.
mostly in the more harder job like cutting part. And the stitching part was done also mostly with women. But you think, like, because you are based in Kolkata, you think it will change over the period of time?
I really don't think so, because I think women are not. I'm not sure whether they're not allowed or not, because I can see mostly women are doing different kind of job roles where they are not much exposed to the factories or something. They're just doing the background work, maybe
Yeah, yeah.
just counting the parts, or just putting glue, or just doing minor construction work, not the major construction where the pattern masters are always men. The main stitchers, the final stitchers, the cutters, as you said, the skivers, splitting machine operators, all are mainly men. I haven't seen any woman doing this kind of
No, I
operations.
also don't see that happening, but do you think it will make a difference when women also start doing the stitching part, for example? Why do I ask this question? I think that in general, women are a bit more precise. That's my
Right.
experience.
Yes.
And when it comes to stitching,
Right.
then that has to be done very precisely. You know, once you have done some stitching into leather with a needle, then you can't change it anymore, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
you think that will make a difference?
I really don't see much, because I don't see any interest also in women. If I ask these women if you're interested,
Yeah.
so I don't
Okay.
think they're also not very interested, because even if they're given the opportunity, they
They
might
don't want
not.
to.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Okay. Can you share a professional story or product that made you stop and say, "This is why I do what I do"?
I can say yes. Few years back, I participated in the design competition fair, which has been organized by the Chennai Leather Fair. Though I was not very sure, I designed something. The product was unique to me, because though it was a lady's handbag, but it had many panels, and all the hardwares were wrapped by leather,
Okay.
and it was all white, and I got the first design award
Okay.
in freelance.
Congrats.
Yes. So that actually really satisfied me, and I think that was something really I cherish, because then I thought, yes, whatever I learned, whatever I did in so many years, that was
The
something fruitful.
appreciation you
Yes.
got
Yes.
as a reward.
Yes.
Congrats
Thank you.
for that. What keeps you going on days when motivation is low?
Yes, all days are not same. There will be days where the motivation is really low, but yes, then I see, I just relax. I try to compose myself, which if I am not being able to do something, I don't focus on that particular day. Rather, I focus on something else, so that I really don't feel that, oh, I can't do this, and I don't want to feel sad that I didn't had much to do about this day. So instead of that, you can do that work in next day.
Yeah.
Rather focus on something which will uplift your mood, and which will bring you, okay, at least I couldn't do this, but I had this. Could do this.
Try to find something what excites you more to
Yes.
at least at the end of the day you
Yes.
can be satisfied
Right.
about
That is
the
very
outcome.
important, because when you go back home, you shouldn't feel, I had a bad day, I couldn't do this. So that is
Then you
not
might
something.
come in a
Yes.
negativity mood,
Right.
what you can even the next couple of days can
Yes.
stay with you.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a young woman fresh out of college?
Yes. Most of the students, when I go to NEFT, because I am from NEFT, I often go to NEFT, and then I see that students are not very sure if they can pursue their career in leather industry, because they say that a lot of animal cruelty acts like the PETA or something, they are not sure if they can do much. But then I think this is a very negative thinking, because still there are a lot of hopes, and leather industry is such that you have many departments. It's just not that you have to do only designing or merchandising. There are the quality control, or the procurement, sourcing. There's many things. So is you don't have to feel that leather is not something that you can pursue, But yes, there are many things. It's just not limited to garments or goods, or because there are many items and lot more. If you see Instagram, there are many designers who are doing unique products, like just maybe the iPod case or some kind of small items. But yes, having lot of hopes, because earlier people were not even thinking on those lines. They were not sure if this kind of products will be well accepted in the market, but there are demands, and this Gen Z group, they are happy to use this kind of products.
Yeah, everything tech related
Yes,
nowadays is
yes,
definitely into fashion.
yes.
And as a designer, you also should not think too much, because I designed my whole life actually. That you just have to make what you like,
Right.
and think of if the bigger audience also will buy this from you.
Yeah.
And along the way, you will also start understanding that okay, this will work and that will not work.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
And
Because earlier, if you see the wallets, like simple leather wallets, it was just only leather wallet. But then we started using RFID, where you can actually protect your cards.
yes,
Right, there are many things, like now you can also put this some kind of gadget where you can actually trace your wallet also. So designs are evolving. It's just not limited only to keep your currency or just to coins.
can be a
Products are,
fashion item, can
yes,
be used as a clutch sometimes.
right,
So there are many ways to design something,
yeah,
just not like a basic simple product. But if if you are a good designer, you are coming to a company where also the designs are being appreciated, and you have the right clients for this, then you
right,
really can grow as a designer.
yeah, right,
Correct. So my final question:
right.
is there one core value that defines how you show up at work, in meetings, with clients? What is it? And why do you feel this is important?
Yes, it is really important how you dress up, because you cannot come to office in any kind of casual dresses until unless it's a weekend or something, because you don't need to wear any branded clothes, because it's not that, oh, you what kind of the garment that you're wearing, like which brand, is not important. But dress properly, dress sharp, because if you are dressing sharp, you are actually showing confidence, and you also feel confident about yourself.
Correct.
Right, so it's really important. And just coming casual to office is not something, I think, well accepted by the Western countries, because they also try to dress up formally when they are coming for any meeting or any kind of discussion. So I think it's important.
It's about the first impression if
Yes,
some
first
buyer is
impression. Yeah, yeah,
coming,
yeah.
and that you are representable.
Yes.
Yes. This was my final question.
Okay.
Thank you for joining this podcast, the Dutchin Dialogues, with me, Hugo. Um, See you next time.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.